Hello! So I'm having a bit of a sort out in the music studio, and I thought it'd be fun to see what is on some of these shelves. So this particular one is a retro gaming shelf. So you can obviously see these funky figures from Terry Pratchett's Discworld. So let's remove them. I need to give this a good dust, but I'm going to go through all this. We're going to see what's there. There's Rincewind, there's Death and Rincewind, which is good, which is cool. So let's have a quick look. Oh, my friend, oh no, my son Toby actually bought me that for Christmas the other year. A nice little PlayStation controller, and my friend Magda bought me this as a birthday present, a little keyring, Atari joystick keyring, which is so cool. So, and we have, that's my next book I need to read, is Howard Scott Warshaw's Atari book. So yeah, I'm going to be reading that next, which is cool. That's ready to be read. So what have we got? We have, let's go through all these. The Goonies on the Atari. Check it out. Hold on. Oh, let's open it. Let's open it. Oh my god, check it out. On audio cassette. That is a great game. Audio cassette. On data. On cassette. On tape. Audio cassette. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Hound of Shadow. H.P. Lovecraft game on the Atari ST. Wow. Should we see what's in here? Lots of discs. I've actually made copies of them for some bizarre reason. So yeah, this is it's not STE compatible. I do not know why. We have lots and lots of cartridges. So mine are 2049er. Check that one out. It's Atari 8-bit cartridge for the 400, 800, etc. Which is great. I've been playing that on the Digital Eclipse Atari 50 celebration release. Another Atari 8-bit computer cartridge. This is an amazing game. Rescue on Fractalus. Space Invaders. Wow, look at that. That's the original Atari release. Atari computer release. Star Raiders. This is one of the best games on the Atari 8-bit computers. I remember playing this for the first time at my friend's house when he got it, and it was, I could not believe I was playing a 3D space game on a computer. It was so good. And Atari VCS 2600 cartridge, get it the right way up. Yars Revenge by Howard Scott Warshaw. An amazing game, that one. That's probably one of my fave games on the 2600. So good. Still good today. Right, what else have we got? We have Picnic Paranoia Synapse software. This is for the Atari 400, 800. And this is on, I forget now. Should we see? Is this on tape? The only thing, you know what, these games are great. The only thing I didn't like, the boxes ripped real easy. There you go. On cassette tape. I won't say audio tape. Let's get it right. Nice little manual in there. There's a manual in there as well. Check that out. And Seamus. Some people call it Shawmus. Seamus, isn't it? Synapse software again. A great game. The only thing with these games, you notice, so I remember buying these. I didn't really know what I was buying because there was no screenshots on there. This is audio. Data, tape, audio. Stop saying Tony, stop saying audio. So you don't get screenshots on the back of some of these. But again, Atari 400, 800. Protector 2, amazing. Shoot 'em up. That is such a good shoot 'em up. This was kind of Defender-like. Was this on cartridge? Does it actually say? Yeah, cartridge. Should we see what the cartridge looks like on this one? Oh yeah, this is a different. Look at this. Look at that. Check it out. Check that cartridge out. How cool is that? And a nice little manual in there. Should we look in? Looking there. Yeah, so that's the only problem with these Synapse software releases. The boxes kind of really get tatty and battered on the top. And I am very, very particular, even when I was a kid, kind of looking after all my things. I'd hate, sort of a friend would borrow something and bring it back and it would be absolutely trashed and I'd be so annoyed. Another cartridge, Slime. That was another good game as well. So Protector 2 was kind of like a, I guess, if you want to say Defender, but like a sandbox game of Defender where you can go anywhere, and that was more like a missile command. What great artwork these Synapse Software games had. Right, what have we got? I keep looking up this one, but we'll come back to that in a minute. So I loved text adventure games. These were the Mysterious Adventures, Escape from Pulsar 7, Waxworks, Spooky Game, Wizard of Acres. Can't pronounce that. How do you pronounce that? So these games were written by an English guy called Brian Howarth, and he was inspired. There's all the games on there. Channel 8 Software. He was inspired by, I guess, Scott Adams. So he was the British version of Scott Adams. So I don't really know much about him because there's not a lot about him online. But these games were great. I mean, they were 2-word text adventure games. But they were so good. But this was the very, very first text adventure game I ever played. I actually bought this from again, Channel 8 Software. Brian Howarth wrote this. Bought this from a place in Chester, a games shop in Chester. I want to say it was called something like Datalink, Computerlink. Was it Computerlink? God, I can't even remember. But I remember buying it, and I didn't really know what I was buying, and it was just what bizarre packaging. So this is polystyrene, and it's so breakable. So I didn't really know what I was buying at all. So obviously you can see they made these for the Atari computers, Commodore 64, Dragon 32 computer. And I got this home, loaded it up, and it was like, oh my God, it's a sort of text adventure, a 2-word text adventure, like sort of Get Lamp. Let me ask you a question. Are you a Get Lamp person, or are you a Take Lamp person? A get or a take? That's what I want to know. So this is the very first one. This got me in to adventure games. And it is a great, weird, strange game. Feasibility Experiment is another one. These were written, by the way, for the Atari and the C64 and Dragon 32, but on the Atari, 16K. Oh, you can see that one. That one's bro. Oh, look at that, bro. And someone's written Atari on there. It actually came like that. It's like, who's written Atari on there? 16K. This was written in a text adventure game. In fact, you can see this one. This was 16K. So when I went to high school, there was an electrical store, and it was about a 20-minute walk away in the opposite direction to my house from the school. So at lunchtime, me and my mate Stu would walk as fast as we could to this place, because this electrical store actually stocked video games for the Atari, and we just wanted video games for the Atari, and this is one of the ones I bought from Atari, and I was so excited because the Curse of Crowley Manor. I was so excited because it was an Adventure International game, and Adventure International is the Scott Adams company, and I'm sure the Scott Adams Text Adventures were 32K, and I only had a 16K Atari 400, so I was like, oh my God, this is by the same company who releases all the Scott Adams games. Well, there you go. He actually says it's actually Scott Adams' company. Unfortunately, this game is not as good as the Scott Adams text adventure games, but it was still fun. I kind of still enjoyed playing that. And if we dig deep, we have some other ones. In fact, hold on. Let's come back to that in a minute. Talking about Scott Adams, I say the Scott Adams games were 32K. This particular one, there was a 16K tape version. I love the tapes. Let's have a look at the tapes. Check that out. 16K version. I think all the other ones were probably, I say 32. No, they're probably 48k, I bet. But this one was a smaller. I don't know why it was a smaller adventure game, part of the Scott Adams sort of adventure games. What a bizarre cover! Look at that. I just love the artwork. So I bought that, and I love that game. Voodoo Castle, so good. So what else we got here? Level 9, the British company. They made lots of Price of Magic and Red Moon, lots of adventure games. This is the same company, I don't think I've got it, who made Snowball, the sci-fi game, and there was like something like 10,000 rooms to visit in this text adventure game. Not this one, Snowball. I just wanted to show you that. Look at that. Let's see if the other one, Price of Magic, is that the same? Oh, let me just say now, the Price of Magic, and I mean, these level 9 releases are amazing. Oh, by the way, lens lock protection. Check that out. So I'm sure, if I am not much mistaken, you had to put this glass thing on the screen and to decipher something. So it knew you had the original game with the lens lock on, and it wasn't pirated, because piracy killed so much stuff off. But level 9 text adventures, they were great. They were really good. So you can see, if you go through each one, Atari ST. I can't even pronounce that. Damocles. God, I can never pronounce it. Amazing Paul Wokes game. Paul Wokes, I believe, no longer with us. Nova Gen. He made Mercenary. He made all these 3D games. This was a solid, instead of a wireframe like Mercenary, this is a solid filled 3D space game, which was so good. Should we have a quick look inside? Let's open it if I can. There we go. Manual and disc. So good. Oh, God. So love that game. Right, look what we've got. Look what we've got here. We have Food Fight on the 7800. Yeah, I have a 7800 console. We have one of my another fave game of mine. Mind you, Food Fight's amazing. Joust. Oh, Joust is so good. It's actually good. It's a good game on the 7800. I do really like that. Let's get the rest of our Donkey Kong Jr. I have more 7800 games, but Donkey Kong Jr. is good. Possible Mission. That's a good game as well. It's not just a cartridge, it's a super game cartridge. I can't remember, does anyone know, was the speech in the 7800 version? Cannot remember. And have you seen this? I think I've got 2 of these. Look, sealed. Still sealed. Meltdown 7800. Anybody want to offer me a ridiculous amount of money for this sealed version? Let me tell you something about the 7800. There was what was it called? Was it Costco, or it was one of those sort of warehouses where you become like a member and you can buy stuff cheap. One day I actually went in just looking for bits and pieces, and there was a 7800 console on offer with all these cartridges at a quite decent price. I'm thinking Costco. No, it's called something else. I can't remember. It's gone now, but yeah, I remember seeing the 7800. They were selling them off at, I don't know, what, 30 quid, 40 quid, the console with a whole load of games, and honestly, it was the happiest day of my life. I did a lot of programming when I was a kid on the Atari 400 and the 130XE as well, which did have, I believe that had BASIC built in already, but this was my cartridge, my BASIC cartridge for the 400, which I wrote a whole load of BASIC games. I don't know where they are now. The Eidolon, Lucasfilm Games, Activision release, amazing. Same company, Lucasfilm, as the Rescue on Fractalus game. That was just like 8-bit again. 8-bit. Let's open it. Look at that. 5¼ inch disc. Check it out. And then there's the manual there. So 8-bit. So this is on the Atari. I think I must have played this on the Atari XE, 130XE, and 3D solid filled graphics. Lucasfilm games or LucasArts, whatever you want to call them, they just were at the cutting edge of technology and pushing the hardware. So good. What else have we got? Oh yes, I forgot about this. The Atari version, Atari 8-bit version of Auto Duel, which is RPG. It says strategy RPG. Probably got some. Oh my god, it's got some quite interesting. We'll have to do an unboxing of this one because there's maps and discs and God knows what in there. Is it my imagination or was there a? Yeah, you get a little tool set, and it's by Origin, the same people who did Ultima and all those. What else we got? We're nearly at the end. The shelf's nearly empty. The shelf is nearly empty. Look at this. Look at this. Rainbird. Again, adventure games. God, I loved adventure games. A bit further up there, but you can't see all my Infocom. I must do another video of all my Infocom. Magnetic Scrolls. That's it. I say it's Rainbird. Rainbird and Firebird released these, but it was Magnetic Scrolls who released these graphic adventure games. So, although saying that, this is the, well, it says Atari 800 130XL. I don't even know what the 130XL is. Atari XL, XE. I don't think these versions, let's have a quick look inside, the 8-bit Atari versions, had hefty protection on as well. I think the protection was all down to, look at the manual. Oh no, hold on, look at the manual, and I think it asks you during the game, turn to page 17, and blah blah blah, and what does it say? Oh, there's a poster in there, look at this. There's a poster, and it's on disc, and oh yeah. So these were great games. I think I must have bought the Pawn in 1995. I must have bought this one, thinking, oh my god, it's got graphics on, but it's just a screenshot Atari ST version. I was like, no. So I was a bit sad that it was just text only. But these are great. Both of them are great. There's Night Orc actually has 3 different games in there, or 3 parts to that game. So that was, again, amazing games. And then another Atari, well, it's an XE video game, Load Runner. It's an amazing platform game. Platform puzzle. How do you solve it? How do you get to the end? So good. Such a good game, that. That's on cartridge, that one. And then last on my shelf is Shadowgate. Shadowgate by Mindscape. Look at that. Atari ST. And interesting manual. And it was like a point and click. In fact, that's the Apple Mac. That's the Apple Mac version, I'm guessing here. But it had like a graphic user interface, and it was just such a fun game. So there we go. That's what's on my retro shelf. There's nothing on there now. But that was. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed all these games, and I kind of want to play all these now. Really good fun. I'm going to dust and put everything back. See you soon. Bye bye.